I started Sturdy Cycles in 2014 and I set out to try and build the best bikes that I was capable of, each one uniquely made and optimised for their owner. I build using a mixture of titanium tubing and 3D printing or additive manufacturing. It gives me full control over all of the contact points that the rider has with the bike and all of the critical interfaces and vehicle handling. A few years ago I started making components to complement the frames that I started with, and that again was to just improve the design control that I had over how the rider interacts with the bike. That's always been a big part of why I do what I do. So my academic background is in a mixture of aerospace engineering and sports biomechanics, and that relationship between the bike and the rider was what sort of really got me into building frames specifically. And yeah, back in the early days of building frames, it was all me just messing around and building bikes for myself and riding them and racing them and trying to find out how I could tune something. Once someone's happy to commission a build, we'll obviously have a chat, normally over the phone or via email, and then if at all possible, it's nice to get the customers to come and see the workshop. If they don't already have bike fit information, we can do all that here. I've got a fitting jig which allows me to measure a customer up and replicate a riding position here, so I can check things out and make sure they're going to be happy on their new bike. It's really nice, if possible, to meet customers face to face. Once we've agreed a geometry with the customer, that's when I'll move on to the structural design. And so I'll develop the geometry for all of the 3D printed parts and optimize that structure for an individual rider. And that's done using a computer model that I've developed. Once I've created that model, that's the data that will then be printed in titanium, and those are the parts then that will arrive here to be fabricated into the frame. One of the things I enjoy most about building frames is the range of parts of the process that I can do myself. I really enjoy the fact that I can meet the customer, get the brief from a customer, then I'll design and engineer the bike. Everything's carried out in my workshop here in Frome in the UK. Once the raw material arrives here, all the fabrication, welding, finishing is all done here under this roof. And at the end of the day, I'm the one who then hands it back over to the customer. And it's really nice to have that versatility and that range of skills. And it's really an important part of how I've developed the way that I build bikes. I make all different types of bikes, road, gravel, mountain bike as well, time trial or triathlon too. Most of the frames at the moment at least are road and gravel frames, but seeing a lot more mountain bikes, and I'd certainly like to do a few more. I sell either frame kits, which are made up of the frame and all of the other bits that I make to complement the frame, so fork, bars, seat post, cranks, or a fully assembled bike. Can source different components depending on what the brief is, so that the customer receives a fully assembled, ready-to-ride bike. Yeah, I've got a lot of confidence in the products that I produce. I've done a lot of development and testing over the years to get to where I've got to. Everything I make comes with a lifetime warranty for the original owner. The use of additive manufacturing is what's enabled me to expand on just making the frame to making a whole range of components to complement it. Titanium cranks, forks and handlebars, other components that go together and add to the frame, and all of those things put together is what gives me the level of control I need, so the end result is completely unique.